Hey everyone, welcome to the first episode of Home Gallery Spotlights, where we will be interviewing local artists and craftspeople and just sharing all their information with you. Thank you for tuning in, and hope you like what you hear. I'm here today with the amazingly talented Judy Oliva. Hi Judy, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, my name's Judy Oliva, and I'm an illustrator from LA.
So you grew up in LA. Is that where you were born?
I was born in La Mirada, California.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Where did you go to school?
I actually went to school in Rosemead in Alhambra.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I grew up in Rosemead, and I went to high school in Alhambra, California, San Gabriel High.
How did you get into drawing?
Well, I've been drawing since I was a little girl. So it was just so natural for me. You know.
Did you take any art classes or?
Yeah, I took my first art class in high school and I loved it, and I was like, yeah, I'm really good, like I can do this. Then after that, I went to Pasadena City College. I took like every art class there and I was still kind of like, not sure where I wanted to go. Yeah. So I applied to Otis College in LA and I got in. And
did you get a degree in anything there?
Illustration. Yeah.
How long did you go there for?
4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
Wow. So you must have taken a lot of information in there.
Oh, yeah. It was such a great experience.
Did it help you develop your style being there?
I felt like while I was there, I was kind of unsure what my style was always. I felt like everybody else had reached their style and I was still kind of like, well, I like this or I really like that. And I wanted to find my voice. Not until after I left Otis that I realized what my style was, because I met this like professor at Citrus College. And he was like, hey, try digital work. And I never had really played around with it.
What were you doing before then?
Hand drawings.
Wow.
And paintings.
I see. What were your mediums?
Pencil, pen, oil paints, gouache, acrylics. I mean, everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How would you describe your style in 3 words?
Well, I think cute.
Yes, definitely.
Retro inspired.
Yes.
And fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. So you said you've been doing your artwork for years and years.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember some of the earlier stuff that you did?
When I was in college, I remember I had this thing where I would draw these like pinup girls, and I kind of still do, but they would be like dark, like really dark. And
like Winona Ryder, Beetlejuice.
I feel like darker than that. Yeah, it was like gosh, what how would I describe that? It was a lot of like bondage related things, or like it was just, or there was like a picture I remember I drew where this girl had her leg chopped off and her leg was there or something, and then there was like the knife next to her and there was blood everywhere. So I don't know, and then it's so weird because now you look at my work and now you're like, how could somebody have drawn that in the past? And now it's like cute, colorful
what though, I
robots.
feel like that's a really common thing though. I feel teenage girls especially told to be cutesy all the time. Like they're like, I want to be something different,
Yeah.
I don't want to be cutesy. I want to be cutesy and disturbing at the same
time.
Yeah,
that's kind of where I was. Yeah.
And that's like,
I think I'm still kind of there though.
But I think that's what makes your stuff unique too, is that it has that you show that you still want to have the cute, but it's like I'm also
and I think that's something I kind of struggle with, where I'm like, should I just stick to this cuteness or should I just go with this route, but I'm like, oh well, I'll do both.
What are some of your favorite supplies to use?
Well, when I'm not working digitally, I draw in pencil, pen and ink, gouache. And I love oils. Yeah. I really, really love oils.
I've never tried that. It seems intense.
It's nice. It's, I don't know, the blending. I don't know. Yeah, I can talk about it forever, but I love
colors.
Yeah.
Digitally, what are some of your favorites?
There's really not much when it comes to, working digitally. It's just me and my mouse,
What programs do you
Illustrator.
Like? Illustrator, Adobe.
Yeah, Adobe Illustrator. And a little bit of Photoshop here and there. Yeah.
What about, do you have a drawing pad or?
I do have one. I just don't like using it.
Really?
Yeah, and everyone always gets like really shocked when I tell them that. And then I'm like, is it weird? And I step back, I'm like, I guess it is kind of weird. I don't know, because I don't know anybody else personally that works like that with, without the the pad and everything. And with me, it's I'm just using my mouse.
I'm
Point and
amazed
click,
by
point
you
and
right
click.
now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I feel like the precision of it would take so much more like precision to get what you want,
It is.
and that's amazing.
It is kind of weird, yeah. Like I can draw by hand, I'll scan it, throw it on there, right? And then that can work for like pinups because I need proportions correct.
Yeah.
So I'll do that for that. But or a skull or anything like that. But if I'm drawing anything more simple, like that robot party, whatever, that Valentine.
That was super cute.
Yeah, thank you. But I mean, it's just point and click, moving
Wow.
the mouse.
I'm so in awe of you right now.
Wow,
That
you.
that takes a lot of patience and skill and time. And you know what, not just that, like for me personally, I've been wanting to try the drawing tablet, but feel like, wanting to draw on digitally, but I would feel like I needed to have the tablet. And hearing you say that makes me, of course I would put that, oh no, you can't do it until you have this, restriction.
You know what it is though with me? Yeah, it's just, I don't know if it's just me being lazy or what, but I love it. I can get my laptop, I can curl in bed, and I can just, start working. I don't have to with that too.
With the mouse pad.
With the mouse pad mostly.
Wow.
And then it's me sometimes being like, well, I don't want to plug in my mouse, so I'll just use my finger and point and click and draw something.
That is amazing.
And for a while my hand was starting to hurt, and I was like, okay, maybe I should probably stop with that, but I can't.
That's how you do it.
That's how I do, and that's how I love it.
That's so cool.
Thank you.
That inspires me. I'm gonna have to try it.
Yeah, try it. Oh, you know what I tell people too to do is trace over things and just kind of like study that. Yeah. I started drawing portraits, and I would just trace people's pictures, and then they'd be like, oh my god, that looks amazing, the shadows and everything. And it was just me finding, like, I'll have to show you one day. I'll sit you down and I'll show you.
I love that.
It's
That's
so much fun.
Cool.
It's so much fun.
I'm just, like I said, that takes a lot of skill, I think, and not just skill, but a bravery to try something a little unconventional. And that, like I said, the mouse on these things can be so finicky just when you're typing. That inspires me, definitely.
Yeah. Oh yeah, try it.
I am going.
It's so much fun. It's therapeutic almost.
Yeah.
I think art in general really is. Yeah, but
most definitely. What's your creating environment like? Where do you like to be when you create?
I like to be at home. That's where I have everything that inspires me, as far as other artists' artwork that I've found and I've loved and I've purchased, and and even to all my knickknacks and collectibles, record covers, all of that. I have to have all of that around me. I don't have to. I love it.
Yeah, it inspires you.
It's my little... Yeah, my little, what would you say? Like
creative space.
There you go, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, creative space.
Do you have like a desk, or do you sit in a chair, or?
Yes, I have like 3 desks. Yeah, so I'll go from one to another, or I'll go lie on the couch and just kind of work on there. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Do you have any pets?
I do.
Yeah?
I do.
How many?
I have one.
Yeah.
I have a little half Chihuahua mix. I mean, I don't know what else she's mixed with, but she's adorable. Her name's Foxy. Yeah, she looks like a little fox. You've never seen her, have you?
No, I don't think I have. You'll have to send me a picture. I'll put it up.
Yeah. Oh my god, she's my world.
Yeah. When you create, does she sit with you?
Oh, all the time. Yes, I mean, I go to the bathroom, she's like following me. So it's like
at the door waiting.
Yeah, I said goodbye to her this morning, and I was like, I'm sorry, you can't come to this interview.
Oh, I know, before I left, she was like, bye babies, I'll see you once you get back.
Yeah.
Oh. Who are some of your biggest influences in the art world?
The first one that comes to mind is Camila Rose Garcia.
Oh, I've never heard. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's my tattoo.
You guys can't see, but it's this beautiful tattoo she has on her forearm.
It's just a woman crying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if you can tell.
I see it. It looks like almost like excuse me, like beadwork, or like the tip of a hookah, like the shape of it. It's really beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, I've had it for years, and so her work is really cool. It's kind of like that cute and creepy kind of thing that I'm very drawn to. Her color choices are great, and yeah, she's been such an influence on me, I think, especially as a teenager when I first discovered her. Yeah, and I realized she went to Otis, and I was like, wow, I guess I have to apply now. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
that's so cool. So it's like she really inspired you on your creative journey.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a chance to meet her, or?
I have not, but it's definitely something I'm gonna pursue. Yeah, I went to one of her shows, but not for opening night, and I know she was there. But
you missed her.
I will. It's like on my list, and I'll show her my tattoo. Yes. She'll probably be like, okay.
Yeah, you need to go away.
I know.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Do you have any other influences?
Yeah, Mary Blair, 1950s, 1940s Disney.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
So think of like Alice in Wonderland.
Yes.
Think of Peter Pan. She's also responsible for this. It's a Small World, right? You know that layout and everything.
Yes.
She came up with that.
The like whole mid-century style.
Yeah, I love her work.
These are influences since you were a kid. It sounds like.
With her, with not knowing about her, but I always was drawn to like that, Disney look, that early Disney look, that mid-century.
I know, I love
the colors. Yeah, I don't know. I've always loved that, and not till later I found out who she was, and I was just like studying her like crazy.
What would you say are some themes in your work?
I love architecture, mid-century architecture.
And your latest pieces, I noticed, I see a lot of it. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Love it.
Thank you.
Is architecture something that you wanted to get into?
Never.
No.
I see. I never wanted to ever get into architecture. I just appreciated it without knowing anything about it. I remember being a kid and loving, for some reason, these homes, and I could tell, like, hey, that's obviously like a Brady Bunch home or something, like I was always drawn to them. And then again, when I was an adult, I started to look them up and look up the architects and learn about them and their lives. And yeah, I love to know people's backgrounds.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
because it kind of helps you see the journey that they had to go on.
I think that's true. Yeah, and then with musicians, it's the same thing. It's like, what made them become a musician?
Yes. Not just but made them keep going through all the tough stuff that you have to push past to really make it in the field.
Exactly. So architecture is one of my favorite things. I love drawing a home, apartment buildings. Yeah.
What would you want to do with that? Like, if you ideally with architecture and drawing? To
be quite honest with you, I would want people to appreciate it. That's mainly my main goal with drawing in these things and these buildings. What inspires me is that I think that a lot of that is lost now, in a lot of like architecture. You see these buildings that are popping up and they have no style to them. And you look at these older, I don't know, at least that's what I feel, when I look at a building. Like, I feel like, oh, that building is so cool. Look at that color. Look at that style of architecture. Look at that sign. Oh my goodness, and I love it.
Work
Listen to me, I love it. But I mean, what I want people to know is like, hey, this is a really cool style. You should look it up. Same thing goes for like a restaurant. Like, I want my friend and I are working like on a zine kind of.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so we really need to get together and finish it. But it's a zine about like Hollywood, LA, and what's not there anymore and what's in danger of being destroyed.
Preservation, of like the old buildings,
exactly,
and old style.
Yeah, so and we wanted to work on something where we celebrate that, and we want people to be like, hey, there's a restaurant called the Brown Derby used to exist in LA, and how come I never knew about this? Hamburger Hamlet, what is that? Yeah. So there's a lot of, I'm such a nerd, I'm telling you.
No,
I'm such a nerd for that. So I want people to take that home and be like, hey, I didn't know about that, and look it up.
Can I ask what makes like the preservation of that so important to you?
I just think that it was such an influence on me as an artist, and I think that it wouldn't hurt for younger kids to be exposed to that and to learn about it. if they're, you know, inquisitive and they're going to like look it up and be like, hey, this is really cool, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't know these stores were on Melrose before, you know, big corporations took over. Yeah.
I see. To bring back those spots that brought so much inspiration to your times and generations before you.
Exactly.
I see. Passing on that magic almost.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. That's a great motivation to have. Oh, I can't wait for your zine to come out. That's so cool.
I know. Now that I said it out loud, I have to go home and work on it.
I know, right? That's the beauty of saying things out loud, though, is it kind of keeps you accountable for all those projects that you...
Yeah, definitely.
What would you say is your greatest artistic achievement so far?
I think my greatest artistic achievement has been going freelance completely, like full-time.
How's that been going?
It's been going, you know, pretty well. There's a lot of struggles.
Yes.
You know,
most
that
definitely.
people don't really tell you about.
Yes.
But it's been such a fun journey, you know, and then this year it's like, okay, you worked pretty hard last year, now work like 4 times as harder.
Yes.
You know?
I think those first couple of months are very, because I feel like you and I are on similar paths when that, you know, and you're right, it can be a struggle, but it has been nothing but the best time of my life ever.
And my boyfriend even agrees. He's like, you've been so happy now just creating. And then I think I mentioned it to you earlier this month that it's because of him.
Yeah.
You know, and he's just pushed me so much, and he's like, you can do this.
Mm-hmm. He believes in you.
He totally believes in me.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Which I know you had said before that you didn't feel that way in your previous relationship.
Yeah, but I've never felt that with anybody in the past where, not like him, you know, where he's just like, no, we're going to do it. You know, I'll help you. Quit your job, you know, and take it easy and work. And
I
so,
love that.
Yeah.
He wants you to be happy and successful in your best self.
Yeah, plus that, and we kind of started our own company.
That's right.
Yeah.
And what is that called again?
Voodoo Island Studios.
What do you guys do?
So we do a lot of, you know how I mentioned I like to draw like pinups or skeletons or kind of, you know, creepy things like that. So we're kind of using that to kind of work with like a brand, like a clothing brand, like a kind of like inspired by like the skate culture, punk rock.
Oh, I love it.
All that. Kind of geared towards like, I guess, anyone who's really into that style. Tiki.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that you guys though started that together.
Yeah.
That it was now it's like he's part of it too, so
Yeah.
you guys get to be partners.
Yeah,
and,
we're partners in that. Yeah, and
love that.
he's in charge of like the business, the marketing, you know, advertisements, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
you
I'm
get to
just
do
the
the
creative.
creative.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
it. Well, speaking of achievements, let's go to the other side. What's the most difficult challenge you faced so far?
There's been, you know, like I said, like the freelancing and trying to figure all that out. But I think another thing comes to mind was working with clients. You know, I love working with clients.
Yes, yeah.
You know, but there are some times where I don't see what they're seeing, you know, and I'm just like, I don't think that's gonna work, but you know,
At least
and
in my world, like I don't know if I can do what you want.
Mm-hmm. But people have warned me, and they're like, yeah, you know, client's always right, and so you gotta remember that.
Yeah, it's tough to put your personal style aside and just use your skills to do the work.
Yeah.
Oh, I can only imagine. Yeah. What about in the sense, like you said, working with clients, but what about struggles as far as being freelance? What is the most difficult challenge in that obstacle, leaving your job? And
probably the sense of security from like having a job, you know, and having that income that you're like, oh yeah, I'm good. I have to, you know, like really plan things out and
decide what you're going to put your money towards.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is, you know, it's not that challenging, but it is in a way, you know, and I think because I have my boyfriend who's so supportive, it helps a lot, you know, but it's I know that the rewards are going to be great.
I feel that same, it is really difficult to not have the things that you're used to having, like going out to eat as often or, you know, having new clothes every now and then.
Yeah.
You know, it's just knowing that
I could probably take a break from clothing, though. My boyfriend's like, you need to stop with this. Like, it's so... I need to sell some clothing.
Or you could just go trade it at, like, Buffalo Exchange.
Yeah,
and
that's
get
true.
some new ones.
There you go, yeah.
That's funny. How do you deal with artistic blocks?
I do smoke weed. I've noticed it relaxes me. I tend to be very anxious, and my mind is just going crazy all the time. I have like a bunch of tabs open. So when I smoke, I really relax and get in my zone. Yeah. And I don't want to sound like it's a cliche, like, oh, I need, marijuana just to work or anything. Yeah. But it helps so much.
Especially with being, like you said, living this life as an artist, it is stressful enough. And then for me personally, I feel like, oh God, like people are looking at me because I don't have a regular job and looking at me like I'm lazy. But I'm hustling my butt off every day.
Yes.
And just because we don't necessarily get money for our hustling right now, it doesn't mean that it's not hard work or that we're not working towards something. So I definitely feel that anxiety, like you said, and it can get in the way of the creativity a lot of times. So definitely need to set a goal.
Even like timelines, like you have these timelines that people give you, and you're just like, oh my God, I have to do this, I have to do that, and then you have your own personal life,
and just
it's
even
hard.
dealing with tired or being sick. When I feel like when I was sick and had a regular job, it was so much easier to just take a day off and not worry about it. But now being sick feels like, oh God, nobody's gonna do this and finish that.
Oh yeah, you gotta suck it up.
Yes. At least you get to be at home and
in your PJs. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What's one of the most important things you've learned so far as an artist?
Keep going. Keep doing what you love. That's pretty much what I, did. I was this kid, just always drawing in high school, and, we'd have projects, and I'd be like, I'm going to be drawing, and they'd be like, okay, yeah, you know how to draw.
You do that.
Yeah, so that was like, oh, I loved it, so yeah, just, explore that, read books, look at other artists, never ever stop learning, keep go to art shows. Talk to people. I know I can be like really shy, and I don't, I get really nervous sometimes talking to people, but I've gotten a lot better now, as an adult, and so, just go out there and just put yourself out there. The worst thing you can hear is no, and I remember hearing that all the time and being like, okay, but it's the truth. If you don't ask or you don't do anything, and nothing's gonna happen. So
definitely.
Yeah,
that is great advice, because I think that's the thing that stops most people, is they're like, no one's gonna like it, no one wants to see it. Just say fuck it and do it. That's my motto. Fuck it and do it. Who cares what other people think? Because you're right. You're gonna get so many people who are just jealous, or are just gonna tell you, just because they wish they could be that.
Exactly.
Oh, I love it.
And you have to, turn off all that negativity and just honestly just put up your middle finger. I'm telling you, it's helped me so much. It really has. And I feel like if anyone's out there is listening and they're too scared, just really like turn all those people off, and you're going to be so much happier.
What are your goals and ambitions in your field?
My goals is, I guess, really for our company, Voodoo Island, to take off and just to get my stuff, out there and have, big major clients.
Yeah. Is it more the clothes designing that you'd like to pursue, or for you personally, do you have like your own personal goals in art that you want?
Gosh, there's so many goals I have.
Yeah, right.
There's projects I haven't even talked about that I have going on that I have like huge goals for them. It's a little bit of everything. I feel like a little bit of me is in the clothing company, a little bit of me is in this zine, or a little bit of me is in this other secret project I have, or even with my own work, or even starting just working with oils and being like, okay, maybe now I want to do gallery work only.
That's what I was going to ask too, is do you want to have any paintings that stand the test of time?
Exactly. I do, and it's funny because I've been doing a lot of meditation lately.
So helpful.
Oh my God, yes. I've been doing meditation, and I'm like, what do I want as an artist? Do I just want to keep drawing these little things, or not little? They go, and there's so much heart and soul into these,
and influence so many artists. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, I'm absolutely sure.
But there's also, I'm telling you, like, there's so much of me that I would love. I'm gonna do it. Like start oil paintings and try to get into some galleries.
Do you have any memorable responses to your work?
I did an event not that long ago at an elementary school.
Oh, was it at
Yeah.
Burke? Oh,
Yeah.
You're going to the one.
I am. I'll be there
Yes,
at the
yes.
next one. I cannot wait.
No.
Oh my God.
What did they say?
The kids were awesome. I was just like, I don't hang around too many kids. I've noticed. I'm like, yeah, but man, just being around them, and I take out all the things that weren't, appropriate.
Yeah,
So
right.
my boyfriend and I were like, oh my gosh, let's like go through
Get all the
everything.
boobs
Yeah. So we did that, and then the kids came to my table, and they were just so enamored with everything.
Oh, I
And
love it.
these little girls are looking at me, and they're like, how much is this, or wow, this is so cool. And I'm like, yeah, I drew that, right? And I talked to them, and then they were like blown away, and they were like, you drew this, and that was like, whoa. They're looking at me like I'm some rock star,
Like, yeah, with big hard eyes.
Exactly. And they were like, she drew this.
I
Oh my
love
gosh, she
it.
drew this, and they're looking at each other, and I was like, I got chills. I was just like, what the heck? This is so cool. So they, bought everything, and I was just so pleased. And my boyfriend's like, wow, did you see how those little girls were looking at you? And I was like, I know.
Because you're so cute, too, and your style,
Oh,
and
thank
you
you.
just have big eyes,
Thank
and
you.
of
So
course
sweet.
these little girls they're looking at you and just think that you're the cutest, and your style and
Aw.
everything. And that Love Gallery, you did really well there, too, right?
I did, yeah.
Your style has this timeless feel to it that's just,
Aw.
it'll last the test of time, you know?
I hope so.
That's why those oil paintings, I can't wait to
Oh,
see.
now I really want to get started. You're giving me motivation. There's another thing that I can think of too. I did a piece. It was actually all done in ink, and it was the Ramones. I don't know if you saw it. They were like on a car, and it was like just ink drawing. That's all it was. And it was just like a cartoon version of them in the cars kind of like
cute.
taking off, and but it was for a Ramones tribute show.
Yeah.
So I did that, and Linda Ramone bought it.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And that was like, what? Wow.
Wow.
Oh my God.
I would have been.
I couldn't believe it. I thought it was a joke at first. Like, someone messaged me I put it up on Instagram thinking like, okay, I'll put it up here, see if anyone wants to buy it. If not, I'll throw it on my store and see what happens. And it's a great piece. I worked so hard. I didn't sleep. I was just so into it. And so and I did it in a matter of days because it was very late, and I was like, hey, can I be in the show? I really want to be in the show. And I was like, again, what's the worst that can happen? He's say no.
Yeah.
So he was like, yeah, you're in. And so I quickly didn't sleep, and I think at the time, I don't know if I was working. I don't think I was. But I mean, I just slept. I didn't sleep. I just kept going, and I posted it up there, and she was like, hey, how much for the painting, Judy? And I'm like, is this the Linda Ramone? And I go on her page, and yeah, she's verified, it's her. And I'm like, okay, what? And I'm like, yeah, it's yours, sold, and she ends up buying it. And I was just like, wow.
That's incredible. What a beautiful moment.
I don't know if it's really hit me like it should, My boyfriend's like, hello. And I'm like, I know, right? It's weird.
That's amazing because she's going to take it and treasure it and put it up and,
Yeah, apparently she collects a lot of Ramones tribute artwork.
So we'll see you for sure at SteamCon. We'll be there too.
Yes.
Giving some...
I will be there, and I'm working on a lot of really, really cool stuff that I think that a lot of people are going to love there.
Yeah.
That's where I'm debuting a lot of things.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
Well, you have to tell us, and we'll post it up on Home Gallery too
Oh,
to
yeah.
get it,
Yeah, people are going to love it. So far, I kind of think you've kind of seen a little bit.
Yeah.
If you voted any polls on my
I
Instagram.
did.
So, yeah, you
yes.
kind of know where I'm going.
Yes. Well, speaking of, what are some of your current projects that you can tell us about?
Like I said, we're working on a zine
Yes.
together to kind of help people see LA in a different way.
Is it going to be art, poetry, collage? What is it going to be like?
It's gonna be a lot of, I think, hand drawings or maybe digital paintings.
That's cool.
It's gonna be a little mixture of everything. But I think when I think of a zine, I think of hand drawing, do it yourself, kind of pen work and everything. So it might be a little bit of that. So we're doing that, celebration of what was lost in LA or what we're trying to preserve.
Is this weekly, monthly, a one time?
We can't fit it all. So it's definitely going to have to be, different
Series.
series. Yeah. it'll just be like highlighting cool restaurants in LA that people really maybe have never heard of, and there's like a ton of history. It's anyone who loves history, local history,
I love
LA
that.
history.
And cute style.
Yeah,
not to
there you
mention.
go. Yeah. So, we're working on that. Again, Voodoo Island Studios, I'm working on
Clothing
that.
line.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any personal projects you can tell us about?
Yeah. Oh, okay. There's a self-portrait that I'm going to do, that I'm going to work on. Yeah.
Digital?
No, I don't think so. Because when I visualized it, it was not. It was done on wood. So you'll see. It'll be really interesting. It'll be a self-portrait of me, but it's not really going to be me though. I'm very weird about like, Yeah, you'll see. It'll be really cool.
A representation of.
It's gonna be weird.
Yeah, I love it.
I love weird. So you know me.
Yes,
I'm
love
weird.
It. No.
Yeah.
Weird in a good way. Definitely.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Not in a bad way. I know that.
I mean, I was just reflecting on that not too long ago. I was so used to being called weird as a kid.
Me too.
And
and you think it's so bad, and you're like,
Yes.
okay,
I don't fit in. You don't like what I'm doing.
Yeah, but it's funny because when I was a teenager, I remember thinking like, I always wanted to be different. I just was like, oh, I'm gonna read this book no one else is reading, or I'm gonna look up this band, and so. I learned to embrace it a lot in high school, and I was like, I had the very like fuck you, like punk rock attitude where I was like, I don't give a shit what you think of me. And then I kind of lost that, I think, and now I found it again. Yeah, it's weird. It did go away, and I was so like, oh my goodness, like, and I'm like, what happened to me, and I was like, I used to be like a bitch. Not in a, but not like that, but it was like, you gotta be like you have to have tough skin.
Yeah.
And I was losing that, and I was like, I'm telling you, meditation helps so much.
Oh yeah.
So much.
Yeah.
And it's helped me like regain all that power.
Now
Now I feel so invincible,
Where can we find you if we're looking for you on social media?
You can find me at Judy Oliva, at Judy Oliva, and that's JUDEEEOLIVA, and that's on Instagram. So I'm the most active there, and people can see what I'm up to, and like, I post drawings, or I try to be fun on there, and interact with people. So you can find me there. If not, I have an Etsy store. It's www.etsy.com/shop/Judy O illustrations. And so that's where I kind of post all of my, artwork that's available for sale. And then I also have Society 6. And I'm on Redbubble too, so you can like look me up on Society 6. I have a lot of cool stuff on there too.
What about any events? Do you have any events coming up?
I do have an event coming up.
SteamCon.
Yes. SteamCon.
And that is the SteamCon. It's their comic convention and animation festival, and that is Saturday, April 27th at Steam Academy at Burke in Pico Rivera, and that starts at 1:30. And if you want to vend, it's free to vend as long as you bring a table and chair. And if not, you can pay the $20 to rent theirs. And I believe they're still accepting applications. So if you're interested, just send us a DM and we'll get you connected with them. Now that I did that ad, what brings you the most joy?
Oh, well, it's definitely me and my boyfriend and my dog just drawing. I mean, it's working on art. That brings me so much joy. I love it. I can't turn it off.
It's beautiful.
I constantly have to be thinking about it or thinking of my next project. I mean, it's everyday life. Like even just going to get coffee, something will like catch my interest, and I'm like, hey, that's a really cool like album cover they have for sale there. Or a record, or not a record, sorry, a CD. I'm so into like records. I forget what people buy. People do buy CDs now? I don't know. I don't think so.
I think everyone just gets either records or MP3s.
Oh, yeah.
No, definitely. I'm the same way. Patterns, colors.
Oh,
for me, the colors, I'm just, I need to see that,
Yeah, oh, definitely.
And my last one, because I love books, even though I don't read them all the time. I love books. What's your favorite book?
I know. I used to read a lot back when I was a kid. I used to love reading autobiography.
When you had time, right?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Autobiographies on like everybody. I do like this book. It's I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Transcendental Meditation?
I've never heard of it.
It's by David Lynch. He's a movie director.
That's right.
Film director.
He did Peaks?
Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Woo, woo. Oh my god, I love Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
He did Twin Peaks and he did, Blue Velvet.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Is
What's
the
the
book
other
fiction
one?
or nonfiction?
What's that?
The
Oh,
book.
it talks about actually his creative process and
Oh.
meditating.
That's so cool.
You should definitely check that out.
Seeing a book like that would make me feel, for you especially, that I was on the right track.
Exactly.
And doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
must have been like such a nice synchronicity.
Oh,
happening
it
for you.
definitely. I notice these little moments sometimes, like that, where I'm like, okay, I'm on the right path.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for taking the time. That was an awesome interview. Any last words for us? Anything you wanna?
Yeah,
Anything you
just
wanna plug, or-
stay tuned. I'm gonna have a ton of stuff this year. I'm working on a book. I forgot to mention that. Oh my god, how did I forget?
Wow.
I'm working on a book.
What kind of book?
An illustrated book.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What is it about?
Well, it's actually an ABC book. So
I love it.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine. She's so supportive. You know her, Shazia, Eden's mom.
Oh,
yeah.
You guys friends before?
Oh yeah,
You guys
yeah.
knew each other?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I've known
how
her for
funny.
years. We hang out, all the time.
No
yeah.
way.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, I love her.
She's incredible.
Yeah, she is. Shout out to Shazia.
Yes, I know
Yeah.
that these are Eden's projects, but there's a mom behind her doing all the legwork and
She's
hard work.
definitely a super mom.
Yes,
when it comes to that.
We promote Eden in her
Oh, yeah.
projects all the time, but
Yeah.
there's another shout out to them. Eden's
Yeah.
Garden Project, Roma
Yes.
Amor Official, and La Petite Tigre
Yeah.
Official.
Yeah.
And she's amazing. She does all the charity work for pets, for people, homeless people, and for books and kids and stuff.
Yeah, promoting reading and promotes reading.
Yes, they're so amazing.
Yeah.
Now, what an amazing family,
Oh,
seriously.
yeah, same thing.
So she's helping you work on, or she's encouraging you to work on the ABC book?
Yeah, well, she's always told me, write a book, write a book,
Yes.
and illustrate a book. And so I was like, you know what, I'm going to do it. And so I'm doing like an ABC book for kids, but there's like a fun twist to it where it's like, I love music, to an insane amount.
Yeah.
I really love music. So I want to kind of show, plus my best friend's pregnant. So she's due in May, I think. And so I want to have something where I can be like, hey, guess what? Your aunt wrote this,
I'm gonna cry.
drew this. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So yeah, I mean, that was another thing too. But yeah, I think it'll be fun for kids. It'll be like an ABC book with like rock and roll
I love
aesthetics. And so.
I absolutely love it. I can't wait. I will definitely buy a copy.
Oh, thank
I
you.
love
Now that I've
it.
said it, I have to
Another
finish
project.
it.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm doing that, but it just takes so much time.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. Well, I believe in you, and I'm excited for all of your projects, no matter what it is.
Yeah,
I can't
thank
wait to
you.
see.
You'll see. I mean, like I said, stay tuned, and I have a ton of cool things coming up this
I
year.
can't wait. Oh, we're super excited over here.
Thank you. Oh my God, you're amazing.
Thank you again for coming on and taking the time and being our first interview.
I'm so honored, by the way.
I'm
Thank
so
you.
excited that you're here. And before we end, I wanted to thank you all for listening and always supporting and being here for us. It means so much. And then once again, I wanted to tell you about some local events coming up this month. Later this month, there's Cannabis Art Flow, which they have yoga, sound bath, music, dancing, artists, and that's March 30th, 2019, and it starts at 1 p.m. They are accepting vendors. You can go ahead and message them on their Instagram, or you can send us a DM and we will send you over. And of course, again, the SteamCon Convention, Comic-Con Convention and Animation Festival. And that's Saturday, April 27th at STEAM Academy at Burke in Pico Rivera. And they're also accepting vendors. And you can send us a DM and we will send you to the right place. And thank you again so much, Judy, for joining us. And we look forward to everything
Thank
that you
you.
have coming. And
Thanks for having me.
yeah, and thanks,
This
guys.
was fun.
We'll see you guys next month.